Alright, you're welcome to the pre-lasting phase of our Adelaide project series. We've been able to convert our pattern to pieces of materials like this. Then overall we made the upper already, so it is expedient that after this phase we should move forward to lasting. Now there are a series of events that happens before lasting your upper. The first amongst them is fixing your back stiffener or back stay, and getting ready your toe puff or your front stay, and of course the insole pattern. So we are going to be discussing or just demonstrating how to make these three things, as well as how to alright, so in the lasting video we are going to show exactly how to fix the back stay and the front stay. So the first thing to do is to tape the under of the last to get the exact shape of the last right here. So we start by, okay, I need a pair of scissors, not that one. Alright, so we start by taping the back or the front like this. Make sure you cover the entire back and make sure some of the tape crosses the what's it called, the feather edge. Of course you know the feather edge, you know the feather edge of the last. Alright, so like that. Then we are going to do the same for the front part, which is the toe region, and we are going to flatten it out. So this is like the firm holding structure, so that when we eventually want to start pulling our tape, this is what will prevent the tape from scattering. So after these three tapes we have done across the last, we are now going to start running a series of tape along the last like this. So we start from the medial side, which is the outside side, and we make sure we cover the entire feather edge as much as possible. So when we get to this part, we are just going to cut like this, flatten it out, yeah. Then we are going to lay another one, making sure that it is laying on each other, so that by the time we start opening it, this part will not detach. This one will open this one because of this part, right? It's pretty easy, it's not so hard, and you only do it once for this last. When you are done doing this one time, you don't need it again, except you misplace the insole. So it's a one-time thing, so you need to do it right. So while doing this, you need a pencil to mark out the feather edge. So we've completely covered the entire back region. So we are just going to cover from this region up. Then apparently the last part, which is this part. So you probably want to use something to iron it out. Yeah, so with your pencil you are going to mark out the feather edge of this last. Just simply, you see how long the pencil tip is, just simply shade with the side of the pencil. That should show you exactly the feather edge. Now it is very tricky when you get to the hack part of the last. It is really very tricky because this really don't work that much, so you just tend to just draw it to meet at this point. Then as soon as you are out of the hack, you continue again. Yeah, now we are done. After this step, there are two ways to do it. You can either remove the tape completely and paste on a piece of paper to make it flat, then you cut it out. The pencil line will still be there, then you cut it out, or you just simply use a cutter to cut off the pencil mark right on top of the lasso. Let's do that right now. So very carefully, just keep cutting. So just take out one side and open up. Now, so this is the copy. So this is what the pattern for the base of the glass looks like, and that's what we use to prepare our insole, right? So open from the back, and especially from the first tape, I mean all this series of tape, the first one that you lay, which is this, so that you'll be able to pull all of them towards this direction. So you have to be very careful. You don't have to stretch, you don't want to stretch the tape. Just carefully open it up like so, like so. That one. Okay. Okay. There's no. Okay, there's no. Undone it. So with a cardboard paper like this, just paste. Now you start flattening it out from the center along this length. And you work it out gently and smoothly. Work it out gently and smoothly. Make sure no part is squeezing. Now this is the insole pattern, right? So you want to cut it out with a scissors or a knife, anything that you are just comfortable with. The scissors. So let's cut it out with the scissors. You want to make sure that no paper is appearing on this, otherwise you'll be increasing the width of your pattern. So you just want to cut exactly what you have on the paper tape. Yeah, so this is now your your insole pattern. So you have to label it accordingly. Alright, this is what we are going to use to draw out. In this case, we are going to use a fiber to last the shoe, then we put some cushion inside. So this is what the fiber looks like. In some cases you use leather, but in this case right here, for this piece of work, we are using this fiber. Then when you want to draw the other side, the other leg, turn it over like so. So when you are cutting out this fiber, you want to completely cut out your barrel lines. You want to completely cut out your barrel lines. So stapler. Alright, so just before we last, we are going to have this fixed right underneath the last like this, and we are going to hold it firm with a nail, or in this case a stapler, right? So we are going to last on top of this piece of cardboard. So let's move on to the back stiff and the front stiff. Okay, I need a knife now to make this. Where's the scissors? Okay, don't worry. Alright, so to the toe puff or the front stiffener or the front stay is usually between around here to this region. It's quite small. It's always small in front because you don't want it to get to this part where the leg always bends around, where the wrinkle of the shoe of the leather always stays, right? So okay, on this shoe, this is like where the wrinkle of the leather will start from. So you want it to be around the front of the toe cap like this. So the same thing for the back. The back stay is usually, or the back stiffener is usually beneath the counter, the heel height right here, and it extends to the front at about this region, right? But make sure it's always under the quarter helpline and it's not so high. So we need to use some tape right here. So let's put some tape over here. Now all these things, they are one time thing. If you have it already, then there's no need to do this. If you have this for your last already, then just proceed and use your front stay. But if you feel it's not appropriate, then you should just do another one. Now you don't really want to worry too much about the wrinkles you have here. So that's for the front. So let's do for the back. The back is quite longer because it supports the entire hack system right here to give the shoe its shape. You don't want your back step to be very little. You want it to be a bit smooth. So tape your arc region. I hope it's not too difficult to understand. So you do the same for the other side. By all means, make sure you cover the entire back of the last. and this is it. Your back already taped. Now this is our heel height or counterpoint. Your backstay should be right between 0.8 to 1 centimeter downward, like this. Can you see? Then after drawing it downward like this, where's your pencil? Where's the pencil? Okay, it's all right. So now you want really, they don't have to be equal, but I feel they should be, yeah. To get like the measurement for it, your heel should end at about here, so you can